guys, and welcome to part 2 of my Grand High Witch paint-along. So hopefully you joined me for my previous one, and I'm going to continue where I left off and keep on painting and answering those questions. So pick up where you left off with your crocheting, your art supplies, your pumpkin carving, your tattooing, whatever it is that you're doing. And let's keep painting. So let's go back up to the camera right now. All right, my next question comes, another one from Anime Chick, and she asks, what's so bad about straight black? I'm in art class and my teacher hates us using plain black. I try not to use just straight colors from the tube, because that's boring. When I ask him why, he says black is so black. Why gotta be black? Sorry, RuPaul joke. Nothing weird about that. I love your art, by the way. Oh, and I love that your prices are reasonable and the quality is great. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That's a good question. I do remember that a little bit from art school, and probably what your teacher means by that is some people believe that black in its purest form, as in paint, does not exist naturally in nature because of lighting and reflection and all this stuff. So when they're teaching you to paint, there's usually not any pure white or pure black, because the way we see things is influenced by things around us. So I'm trying to think of an example. Like if I put like something glass or something even next to this bright neon green, there's probably a slight reflected light on the surface that you're getting mixed in with the light. So that's what he's trying to get you guys to observe, is the difference between cool light and warm light. You know, if the light is really warm, then there's going to be some yellow in it. If the highlights are cool light, then you're going to have some blue in there. And there's also color in shadows, so you can have warm shadows or cool shadows. So he's trying to get you to learn that there can be orange in the new black, or it's a blue black, or it's depending on the color of the light source. So that's what they're trying to teach you there. Nothing really that bad about it. I'm using pure black here because I'm not trying to paint a realistic scene. When you're trying to trick the eye into thinking that you're seeing reality, it's true that your eye rarely sees black unless you have really strong lighting situation where you have a white highlight and a black shadow. It's so dark that it's really pure black. They're just trying to get you to think like that. So tell them Leilani Joy explained it for you, and I did it for free, and you're paying your teacher not to explain to you anything. Okay. Next I've got a question from Harriet Lucy. I mostly work with colored pencils, but my pieces often get damaged. I was curious if you could use varnish to seal pencil drawings. If not, is there anything else I can use? You can absolutely use varnish on colored pencil. You may want to use something like a spray fixative over it first, or you may like to use a spray varnish. That might be easier, because the only problem, sorry, I gotta scratch my wig. The only problem with using liquid varnish over your colored pencil is sometimes it might have a tendency to blur or rub into another area. Sorry, my mind is perverse today. So you might want to avoid that. So spraying it would be good. They have all kinds of stuff. Go to the art store. They have spray seals for pastels, charcoal. You could use that same type of thing to seal your drawings as well. So give that a try. You might want to practice first before you do it on a final piece, and just make sure that you like the sheen. I mean, you might want gloss, you might want matte, you might want satin. So you might have to play with that a little bit to see what kind of finish you like. But yeah, you definitely can preserve those. All right, so moving on, I've got to get to my Instagram questions because I got quite a few from there too, and they were really great. So let's just tear through this and see if we can get some of these answered for you guys. All right, moving right along. Next, I've got a question from my Instagram followers, and the first one is from Sketchbook Bunny Art. And they ask, I just started a YouTube channel, and you and your channel were one of the inspirations to do so. Oh, thank you. So I want to know, how long do you think it took for it to really take off? Like, when did you see a spike in traffic to your channel and consequently a rise in sales of your prints and merch? Do you think there's a correlation between the two? Boy. You know what? To be honest with you, it was a very slow build. I can't tell you. I mean, I'd have to like really look at my analytics to give you a more precise answer. But I don't believe I had any kind of spike. It was just slow but sure. I just kept adding. I just kept doing more. To be frank, to be super honest, it did help me to do some hot topics. I've talked about this. I've talked about fan art before. Some of my cosplays helped too. I did get some kind of quick bumps from like my Ramona cosplay and stuff. And I mean, I didn't really do that to gain more followers to my art, but it doesn't hurt. I happen to kind of like to do both of those things. So I wouldn't say like sell out and do something that you don't want to do to get followers. But I definitely think, and I'm kind of guilty of this, but I would advise, I'm guilty of not doing this, but I would advise doing like, oh, once a week we have this, or make it like a regular thing. That really helps people come back for more. I think I notice a lot of successful YouTubers are really good about that. The reason I'm not, and here's just my excuse, is that my schedule right now is a little erratic, and I'm trying to balance business and art, and I'm still working on maybe looking into getting some more help with some of my administrative stuff. I have a really great admin, but she's only part-time. She's a student, so she does it remotely, and sometimes I really could use just a little bit more help with that stuff to be more regular on YouTube. But I would advise you to do that. Think of catchy specials, like this week we're gonna do something inspired by the hottest current show or by a movie that's popular. I mean, it does help to have tags that are things that are trending, that are people are searching for. So if that helps you at all. Next, I've got a question from Jess Draws It. Can you please talk about settling on a direction for your art? I'm trying to move forward with my art professionally, and I can never settle on just one course. So I have answered that before, I know. So I'll probably just kind of like point you in the direction of another answer. Again, you don't have to commit fully, but you do need it to be cohesive. So you need to have enough stuff in your portfolio that is related, that a client can visualize what it is that you would do for them, so to speak. So, because she goes on a little more in her question about, she likes to do some abstract, she likes botanical illustration, ink, watercolor. That's really, really broad. So I would advise you to narrow that down a little bit. I never encourage anyone to box themselves in or stunt their creativity, but you're going to need a little bit of focus, just so people know what it is that you do. For example, you got to have a product to show people, this is what I offer. So it can be a bit confusing if you've got every kind of thing and they're like, well, I'm not real sure what our product's going to look like. So, my class might help you with that. I mean, plugging that again, I do kind of guide you guys with style research and things like that. But I would just say this, do a pros and cons, do some journaling about what, in your ideal situation, what would the bulk of your professional work involve? Just ask yourself that question. If you're like, I really love doing these technical drawings, I find the most enjoyment from that's great. And there's probably is quite a bit of work in that. If you enjoy the abstract stuff more, that one is tricky. There is I'm not expert on abstract art, but I would think that there's a lot of competition for that. It's hard to stand out. It's not editorial. It's not something people would typically commission you to do unless you have already built a big name for yourself in the gallery or museum kind of circuit. So that to me would be a harder path. You could combine it. I mean, that's what I kind of like to do. I like to combine a little bit of abstract with illustrative storytelling kind of work. But I don't know, you're going to have to kind of reach down in yourself, do some experimenting, and try to figure that out a little bit. I mean, it's okay to do your own experiments later in your free time, if you have any, once you're finally a professional. But being super, super broad is a little bit, isn't the best thing for a professional artist. I'll say that. Because I have seen people's websites. It's like, I do pet portraits and cars, and I'm like a jack of all trades. But then it's like, well, who are you as an artist? And a lot of people buy art because they feel something about it, and they feel a connection to what the artist is also passionate about. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Okay, and the last question I'm going to be able to get to today, and hopefully I can get to the rest of you guys again on another episode. I got a ton of questions this time. You guys are awesome. You really got involved, and I just was, even in 2 parts, I wasn't able to hit everybody. So my last question comes from Donald Hama, and they say, will you be holding any more collaboration contests with your fans anytime soon? And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I have been thinking about it. I really, really love doing those, and I know you guys love it too, and you just do some amazing, amazing things. The only reason I haven't is, like I said, it's a lot of work on my end. And I'm sure this time it would be even bigger than ever before, which is awesome. But I'm thinking about it. And I may consider doing that. So yeah, I will hopefully get to more questions on another episode. I hope you guys like where this is going. I can see some, if I squint at it, I'm starting to see some nice values here. Does anybody get where I'm going with my little, mouse city back here? So I got this, I'm quite proud of this idea I had to have this kind of, nod to like mouse trap house, not mouse trap, but like the mouse cages, like the tubes and everything, because like at the end of the movie he's got this really elaborate like setup, and I thought that would be kind of cool to do a nod to like Mouse City, and that's kind of, I'm putting some little silhouettes of mice in here to kind of give that like a subtle read. So I thought that was kind of a fun added storytelling element to this piece. Before I go, wake me up before I go. I just want to tell you, top secret, not even released to Instagram or my other followers yet. But since you guys are so awesome and follow my paint-alongs, I want to give you guys first access to my holiday special with the Life Book. So as many of you guys know, I am the newest teacher with the Life Book 2017, and I'm super excited about it. If you guys don't know about it, there's more details at my link here at leilanijoy.com/lifebook. And basically it is a year-long mixed media art course where there will be a weekly lesson that will teach you to do a little artistic creative project. It is not a like graded, critiqued kind of thing. It's just more like, it's really great if you just want a little peaceful time each week to create a piece of art, no pressure, and there's a nice little prompt, and there's a demo, a class for you. And at the end of the year, you'll have this gorgeous collection of work that you'll bind into a book, and there'll be instructions on how to do that. It's really neat. It's a lot about self-discovery and healing. And anyways, I cannot wait to teach on it and be a part of this. So as a new instructor, I'm able to give you guys a little coupon code, and it's right here. So use this code when you sign up, and make sure you sign up through my link, which is leilanijoy.com/lifebook. That's my affiliate link, which makes sure that they know that you're one of my students. So very important. And use your little coupon code and you're going to get 20% off your enrollment from now until mid-January. So it's pretty awesome. I'm going to do an official little announcement about this holiday special, but I hope to see some of you guys in the Lifebook course. I know some of you guys have signed up. It's going to be really, really fun. And if not, I'm going to be doing a special for my class soon too, so hang on for that. And yeah, so I'm going to get busy to finish my Grand High Witch. I hope you guys like where it's headed. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And she's going to be offered with the Bad Apple Artist Collective on October 28th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. No, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, and she will be up for auction at that time. So hopefully she'll find a good home just in time for Halloween. All right, guys, see you later. Oh, shit. I look like Alyssa Edwards. No tea. I love Alyssa Edwards. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm back.